We are here with David Lopez, who's the CEO of AGS. And David, it's been a busy year. Give us just an overview of what you've accomplished at AGS over the past year or so and what you're looking forward to achieve over the next year or so.
So I think a lot of good things have happened for us here in the last year. If you just sort of walk through, in the table game space, I'll lead off with that, as we launched, full launch of the Pack Shuffler. This is a shuffler we've been showing for a while here at the show. 2019, we showed it in a little dark room, a little quietly. You had to have a special pass to get in. And 2020, we had nothing, right? There was no show. Last year, we showed sort of like pre-release. It was about to go into production, and this year we're fully rolled out. Product's doing great. We're very proud of the team. John Hemberger and his team, and there's a lot of folks behind that, but John and his team have done a tremendous job. This is the first real competitive shuffler in the space for specialty games in over 15 years or so. So we're really pleased with performance. We think the performance is best in class, and speed is fantastic. We're a little quicker than the competition, and I think the market is ready for a little competition. So that's fun. On the slot side, we've really made a great comeback in our recurring revenue for North American, recurring slot revenue or game ops. So we're very happy with that. What's driving that is our premium games. 3 years ago, we weren't in the business, and now we've had a big surge there. Over the last few quarters, we've shown major improvement in our install base. We'll continue to do that, and so we're very pleased with that. And now we've launched a new cabinet just leading up to G2E. I always say it's nice to launch prior to G2E, and we've got great success, 9 locations, fantastic numbers, core games that are doing premium numbers, which is very nice. So there's a lot of good stuff going on, but we're really proud of the team and what's happened thus far this year.
If you were looking at a little further out, 3-4 years out, as you develop AGS, as you execute on a strategic plan, what will the company look like?
When I think 4 years out, I think that I'll be 53. And all of a sudden, I lost focus on the question. But so what will the company look like? I think that when you look at our slot division, we'll be much more prominent in the premium space. Our strategy is very good there. Our investment in our R&D and our studios has been steadfast, and really we've been aggressive in that space. Right through COVID, we kept our team. Coming out of COVID, we made some considerable investments. In 2019, before COVID, we made some real investments. So I think what you'll see is that we'll continue to be strong. We'll get stronger in core sales. We will have, a big, I think there'll be a big difference in our footprint for premium. And then the Class 2 space is very consistent for us, but you'll see a pickup there as well because the core performance and the premium performance bleeds over into Class 2. So when you look forward down the road there, I think you'll see that for slots. Interactive, we've made some new investments in some sort of team members. We talk a little bit about acquisitions and mergers, but what we're doing right now is we're acquiring people. We can acquire a studio or we can acquire a business and pay Lord knows what multiple sometimes for these private companies, or we can, if you're a game designer, we acquire you. And so you come on board and you can start, leading a new sort of venture for us within something like interactive. That's some of the investments we're making right now, so we're happy with where we're at there. So I think that you'll see us be just a bigger player in interactive. Right now our games do great. We just need more games in the field. We might put a little original content out there that's real money gaming online only. And then in table games, we've been hot. I just talked about how, we introduced the shuffler, and it's the only competitive shuffler in that space in quite some time. I think you'll continue to see a lot of creativity and the progressive side for us. We're market leader there. Obviously proprietary table games, and you might see a little bit more in the shuffler portfolio in the next couple of years.
And if you're 53 4 years from now, I want you to tell you that's pretty darn young. I can remember being 53. Used to think it was a long time ago.
Listen, I'll take it if it's still young. Let's do that.
You mentioned M&A, and your approach right now is to acquire people as opposed to necessarily acquire companies. As we all know, AGS made a pass at acquiring, not AGS, Inspired made a pass at acquiring AGS. Is the other side of it still an open possibility that if somebody made the right offer to you, you would consider it?
The board's got to consider any reasonable offer. The 8K sort of said it all on the Inspired thing. It's all there right in the 8K that we declined an offer and continued discussions, and then those discussions were shut down. But of course, the board has that fiduciary responsibility for shareholders. It's all about the shareholders, right? Shareholders, stakeholders, and they know what their job is, and they know that there's times that they need to pay a great deal of attention should something else come in. So,
you've touched upon some of the products. So one of our final questions is always, we're at G2E.
Yep.
What are one or two or three of the products you want people to make sure they absolutely see at your booth?
All of them.
All of them.
All of them, baby. So I'd say this year our newest slot machine cabinet, Spectra 43. I think with its strong launch, new cabinets are interesting, right? You bring a new cabinet to the show. If you haven't placed it in the market, as Brad Boyer said earlier today, it's like you're almost waiting on the river car, right? Hey, is this going to work out for us, right? And the difference this year, and one of the reasons I think customers are fired up, we're fired up about it, is that 9 locations, multiple units at each location, and again, with core games doing premium numbers, I think it's something to go see. I think along with that, our premium games in general, whether it's going to be on Curve Premium or Star Wall or what have you, I think our premium games are fire. I think it shows in our numbers. I think that we'll continue to perform in the quarters going forward. So I think our premium content and our premium format is something to take a good look at. And then last but not least, it's just all the table stuff. The whole table suite, I'd say pick PAX because it's the one that's like rolling right now. I think we've got the industry's attention. I think we've got the competitors' attention. But at the end of the day, it's really the whole suite of table products. And just go look at everything. And go look at our 80s booth. And if you got any 80s clothes, get dressed up and come on over.
Okay. The final question, give us the
Two final questions. I like this.
Well, we have several final.
Doing it today.
We can have several. But among the final questions.
Yep.
What's the investment thesis?
So for investment in us.
Correct.
We're super cheap. I mean, right now, we know that there's this thing looming in the distance. Everybody's trying to look around the corner and see something that we can't see yet. We see high gas prices, we see inflation, we see what's going on. Our customers, operators, are not flinching yet. There's no, they haven't blinked. It's almost like we've got a little bit of a standoff between the stock market, what's going on with a pending recession, and operators that are seeing fantastic numbers along with the vendors. So we haven't seen any sort of blinking there yet, but the stock market's blinking. The stock market's starting to bake all this in. I was just talking to an analyst before we came in here, and we're trading very cheap, but if you look at the performance, tick, 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 right? We're growing, we're getting, right back in the game. I talked about North American recurring revenue, in 2018-19, it was around 172 million. It went down for a period of time to 152 million, and I'll use consensus analyst numbers of about 183 for this year. That's growth. And that's with I like to call it a gap year of COVID in between. So we really did that in 2 years, 152 to 183. At some point, investors take note. I have a couple numbers in my mind that I think that will hit for EBITDA and recurring revenue, and when that happens, I think we start to little small caps. They sort of rise quickly in those situations.
Okay, good overview. Truly final question.
Did the Phillies score? Can I ask a question? The Phillies score. I saw an update on your phone.
The last I looked, the Phillies were up 1-0
Okay,
over
1-0.
the Braves.
You better check. They might have scored again. But go ahead. And your final question.
Lots of power hitters, but they did it all on singles.
Ooh, I like that. Old baseball.
Final question is, any final thoughts on that you would like, anything else you would like folks to know about AGS?
You know, listen, I think you hit the stock, you hit the products, you hit everything that's going on. I think it's a great year for G2E. Like, everybody's back. You know, it's like,
Right.
so I'll say, like Poltergeist, we're back. And we have an 80s themed booth, so you can come by and check out our booth. Just come on by and check out the booth. You covered all the points, did a great job.
You did a great job as well. Thank you,
Sweet,
David.
good to see you, man.